Battle rappers who think they the toughest because they come up here and tell us how their families were struggling. How you grew up with nothing in your stomach claiming you ain't have nothing. Now, don't get me wrong. Me and mine also grew up in some rough shit, but I was taught to keep what happens in the crib private, even though the housing was public. See, it's this.
What I'm trying to say is, at the end of the day, who do you as a league owner really blame? Do you blame the artist for not fully telling you that they're binded with a different league and they cannot do this? Because I know you, and I know if someone had told you that, it's like, all right, man, I'll catch you on the next go around. You know what I mean? We have a story. I remember when New Jersey Twork hit me up a few years back, asking, hitting me up like, this is when like, we had that was that era. For me, that's the golden era, RBE, the show off, the Jimz, the J Middadu, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was like, you was the JCs over there at that time, Old Red, like this was like Big K. It was a hot time. And at this time, Twork hit me up like, yo, what's up? I know that's your man's. I'm trying to, get a plate over there. And then it was, again, in less than 24 hours, like, oh, never mind, Jimz, I can't do it. Now, in that situation, it was like, yo, he didn't even understand maybe the magnitude of him not being allowed to come over. But with that being said, it makes me think, are the leagues mad at each other for practicing like their rights of a contract? Or do you sit there like, yo, why'd you even put me in this position when you knew you couldn't come over here?
I think anything that's tied to because you started this by talking about block battles, right? I think there are people that would love to create the perception that block battles are tied to legalities, right? And there have been certain battles that didn't happen because of legalities. I don't consider that a blocked battle, right? If it's like, let's say I just had 40 bars in a particular contract where it's outlined as a stipulation of what she has prior to Ill Will, and then she pops up with a one rounder versus this person, and then also a tournament on Chrome 23. And this isn't a hypothetical, this is like real fact. If I was that type of person, I could activate my contract and say, yo, Remy, I'll fuck with you, but 40 bars and caution, they can't do that tournament. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got caution already in a Bonnie battle coming up. I got 40 bars under a contract prior to Chrome, approaching her. And I think that's going to have an issue against what I'm doing, possibly affect my bottom line, my battle. And I'm stopping that. And if 40 bars had an issue with me stopping that, then she and I would end up in some type of dispute, whether it was legal or ugly or messy or whatever. But nobody knows that type of stuff because I'm not like that. Like as long as there's communications and we're being held down, I don't think it's ironic that we got such a great 40 bars versus Ill Will. You know what I'm saying? That it's not just only the fact that
fire battle.
Yeah, appreciate it. I don't think it's ironic or an accident. You know what I'm saying? It's like one hand wash the other, and I respect 40 so much for that. You know what I mean? So I'm never mad at those situations. I think block battles as it pertain to legalities probably is discussed in the culture like within like the last 2 years, and that's almost a shame because I think that's almost a cover up. We know where the term block battles started from and had nothing to do with no contracts or no legalities. It was just purely somebody saying, I don't like, you brought up this example. I've never said it publicly. That was twerk. I never said that publicly. You just brought that up, right? And I have those text messages of what you're talking about. It's never been public, and I fuck with twerk. Anytime I see him, we cool with each other. I fuck with twerk. I'm a fan of him. But did those text messages between you and twerk have anything to do with like, oh, I'm under contract? No. You know what I'm saying? Like, same thing happened with Surf. And I hate to say this while the man's going through his unfortunate situation, but I've already said it even when he was free. He said it himself on camera, as a matter of fact. So I don't even got to put the disclaimer out there. He went to the big homies that he said on Hip Hop Is Real. He asked them like, yo, I'm about to go get this bag on RBE. And they said no. And even that, including twerk, doesn't have to be a block battle because nothing was signed and sealed with RBE. The situations is when you have like twerk in that situation or Surf in that situation, they know they're not under contract, right? They sign a contract with RBE. They take a deposit from RBE. Somebody finds out about the battle. They either don't like it because it's happening on RBE. They don't like it because it's a battler that they don't want to see shine on RBE, or whatever the case may be. And they put pressure on that person to not battle on RBE.
Okay.
I've seen people get bullied off of RBE, get threatened off of RBE. The whole, if you go over there, stay over there, that's a threat. You're threatening somebody's career and their opportunities. You put somebody between a rock and a hard place. You know what I'm saying? You do all types of stuff. Or you could also do it the other way. You could say, yo, if you take that battle, we're not giving you Lux.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? So these are the everybody knows.
Oh, it's showtime. It's showtime, baby. I caught the sub. I was a little late, but I'm with you.
No, because I want to make sure that people don't allow the perception of block battles to be tied to a contract or something legal.
It's two different things.
Yeah, we've been doing this shit for 9 years. People only really been talking about legalities for like the last 2.
Okay.
Right. So we're not doing the whole other 7 years of when motherfuckers was just like, yo, Aver, give him back his deposit and cancel that Iron Solomon battle. And we're gonna do, like, we're not doing that. I'm not gonna allow that to happen. And that's why I end up letting time go and see certain things and be like, I'm not allowing that narrative to be created. And I'll do a series like that, because I understand that you got new fans, you got forgetful fans, you got people that are just low IQ and putting the dots together and just maybe just got their knee pads out for their favorite league. And to me, the truth is always going to be the truth, no matter how big somebody is, how much you love them, and how much you like their battles. The truth is always going to be the truth. You know what I'm saying? I think that's another reason why people respect RBE, is there's never going to be any knee pads worn over here. We just don't care who it. We never try to bow down or cower to nobody or look for no acceptance. We want to do us in grace, but at the same time, like, we're gonna let y'all know when we being fucked over and there's bullshit in the air. No matter how clean somebody try to act on camera, they dirty. Period. So it is what it is.
So what would you say, now that you broke that down, the differences, which is great to, you know, because these are specifics that some people might not know. I didn't know the difference. I just be like, yo, I heard this was gonna happen. Now it can't happen. No.
The thing is, you know the difference, but when you think about some of these terms, because they're so prevalent in the culture, blocked battles, those examples skip over your mind. And the reason why I could prove to you right here in this moment that you knew about it is I didn't have to lay out an example of like, yo, remember this whole time we had Iron Solomon and Aver booked, and then all of a sudden this Loaded Lux. No, all I said was Loaded Lux, and then you knew what I was talking about, right?
Right.
So that means that, and that's what happens in the culture. It's like people, like the right people can get on the internet or in an interview and say something so politically correct, and somebody like me that's based in truth and sees right through this people's bullshit, I was like, yeah, we're not doing that. You know what I'm saying? It's better that people don't, since people are never going to get on camera and be honest, like, it's not in their favor to just be real about the shitty things that they do. You know what I'm saying? It's better with somebody like me being around to not say nothing, because I'm not going to let you lie on me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's either tell the truth or just be quiet, or I'm going to contest it.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And 9 times out of 10, you see, when I contest stuff, I do it with proof to show it.
Right.
And imagine the shit that I haven't shown. Like,
yeah, I mean, you know, me personally, just like I say, because we go so far back in the game. I remember you being there. It was the Shotgun Shook battle. I see Shook to this day, and I'm like, it was huge for me, you know, that battle. That was the turning point. That was like the main first turning point of my career. This is when ARP is going to all of the events. I ran into you when I also seen you, I believe was prior to that, at Real Deal versus B Magic event. I think Clean and Bill Collector. You were there. You were in that.
The battle where I was half fake fucking scouting you was like you versus Scripps.
Okay.
That was why I was like kind of like scouting on the low, like.
Yeah, you know, it's funny.
Shout out to the trap.
Yeah, and briefly, absolutely, No Mercy Peso, my guy. Briefly, I want to say an idea I'm also having for the channel is giving the behind the scenes workups and what was going on in all my battle history and things like that, like the scripts. Like, yo, if you notice, me and all the homies had 10s. We literally just came from South Beach that day, finishing up my rounds, and I still was good battle. That was when I had the line that Clips took from me, the $150 line. I mean,
Okay.
salute to Clips. He actually hit me up after the blog I put out on him. You know, we deal with that sometimes, but Clips just had he said, yo, I'm here protecting my peace. You just didn't have to use this thumbnail. Like, laugh my ass over. And I was like, yeah, man, I changed it before you even DM me, you know.
Clip's one of the coolest niggas in this
Oh,
culture,
he
man.
absolutely is. He absolutely is. And
I'm here
that was,
protecting my peace. Only that's Clips. You know what I'm saying? You gotta love him, man.
yeah, absolutely. So, before we get off the block battles, I want to just ask one last thing about that. What would you say is the biggest battle potentially that would have happened on RBE that was blocked?
It's not easy to say, man. It's just it's like so many. It's like, damn, if I say this example over here, because this was event impacting, it wasn't just battle impacting, that's gonna be like my lawyer's got that in his front pocket. Like, I can't talk about